Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Holly Jolly is another Christmas game, and anybody who watches this channel or knows me knows I love my Christmas-themed games. Unfortunately, most of them are not very good. Holly Jolly attempts to stop at that. There are a few of these games that are good, and I'm putting together a list to showcase those, but for now, I will with certainty tell you that Holly Jolly is one of the best, if not the best, ever released. This is a small card drafting game, and it works brilliantly as you're putting the lights on and the tinsel and deciding how you want that to score, which will allow you to gain either ornaments or presents underneath the tree. While you're doing that, you're set collecting the cards in order to score the most points. This game gives you a lot of good decisions. When you're deciding which of the three face-up cards to put on the tree, the lights, the tinsel, and how you want those to score out, is a phenomenal decision. And you're always sitting there thinking about what your options are going to be and what you want to grab off the tree or underneath the tree in order to score you the most points. Sometimes you go after a high point volume one if you can get 2 or 3 of those, like set collecting, or you get that elusive other one, like the train, that can score you big points, or do you get a little bit of points and try to churn that? And those decisions are interesting too. What appears to be a small box, forgettable card game, let alone them throwing a Christmas theme on top of it, this thing works brilliantly. This is one of my favorite card games and one of my favorite card drafting games, and it has Christmas on it, which is a huge win for me. This one was a family favorite this Christmas, and we played this one quite a bit over and over. Here is Holly Jolly, which is a small box card game about Christmas for 25th century. Inside, you're going to get a rule book, which we'll take a look at in a few minutes, and you're going to get a bunch of cards. Now, the cards are going to have different backs depending on what they are, so you can easily see them, but it does have that little like Argyle look to them. The other side of the card, some will have tinsel and lights that you'll be utilizing throughout the game. Some will have presents that you'll be able to obtain. There'll be some stars, and there'll be like some ornaments that you can obtain during the game that will also give you victory points. Down here, you can see the cost of each one, and you can see the verbiage there for the different powers that the cards will have. Or the artwork is super cute. You can also get some cool in there. Maybe get your robot or a comic book, etc. But it's just a deck of cards. They're pretty good quality, not the best in the world, but for the price, I think they hold up just well. Here is the rule book. You're in a little page that will kind of flap out here. You're going to have a picture of setup. There's only cards in here, so you really don't need the list of the components, I guess, with the numbers here attached to it so you can see how things are set up, etc. Then you get the gameplay. This is all the how to play right here in this black bold, and it's going to break it down into more details. You can see the examples here color-coded. Here's some examples here with plenty of pictures with arrows showing you where things go, etc. More examples, the game end, and how to score on the back if you want to score the game out. And that's how you play. You probably need about 10 minutes to read through this. It's not that difficult of a game. There's a couple tricky things in here, and I'll show you how to play it also. The setup the game is pretty easy. You're going to take the backs of the cards, and you're going to shuffle up all the different backs. You're going to have the tree trunk here at the bottom, kind of, and you're going to put a number of stars up here for the number of players, because each player can only get 1 star. You're going to have the tinsel and light cards, which will be shuffled together, but they all have the same back. So that's very easy to do. Then you will draw 3 of these cards, and you'll put them out here to make the center of the tree, which will always have a combination of tinsel and light cards. Then you'll shuffle up the ornament cards, and you'll put these out face up. So they'll go 4, 3, and then 2, and of course you have your star up there to make the top of the tree. Then you'll take the presents and the stockings, and you'll shuffle these cards up together. You'll put 2 of these cards here and 2 over on this side. If you have a present, it will go face up. If you have a stocking, it will go face down because you cannot see what's in the stocking. And then you're set up and you're ready to start playing the game. And then the last thing you'll do is you'll take the light cards and you're going to place 3 of them face up for all of the players to see. You'll be drafting from these cards to utilize in the game. The first thing you're going to do on a turn is you're going to choose 1 of these cards. It doesn't matter, and you're going to place them on top of 1 of the 3 light or tinsel cards. If I was to take a tinsel card, then I would add up 5 plus 1 is 6, and I could purchase any of the ornaments that are on the tree that equals 6. In this case, there are none. If I couldn't get an ornament, I'd go down here. My score was 6+, so I could take a present or a stocking. Now, stockings are face down, but when you grab them, you're allowed to look at them, and then you put them face down in your scoring pile. I also could have played one of the lights, and I could have placed it here on top of the tinsel, and then I would have 8, and I would look around. That might not be something that I want to do. I could place it on top of the lights, and now I have a 3, so I could take the star, or I could take the toy soldier, and these are set collections, so the more of these I get, the more points that I score. That's just a choice. And it's going to be the main choices that you're going to take one of these cards, put them in any 3 of the locations, and if I played lights, then I would score all of the lights. If I scored tinsel, then I would score up all of the tinsel. Once again, I could go here and just score 5 and take the rocking horse if I want to. Now, some of these cards will give you little powers, and these activate when you take it. So it's worth 1 victory point. Take an item under the tree. So if I was able to get a 7 up there, I would simply take this. I'm going to score 1 point at the end of the game. And I could take any item I wanted under the tree. Let's say I wanted to take the train, which is worth no points. But if I get the engine and the caboose, it's worth 8 points. So maybe I would take that. And then at the end of a turn, another one come out. Because a top card is a stocking, it would go face down. A new card would come out. You would replace any ornaments, and you're ready to take the next turn. The only one that's a little different is the star. If you ever get a score of 11, when you put the tinsel lights down, as I've shown you, then you can take a star, which is worth 6 points. But you can only have one of these for your game. When either the ornament deck runs out, or the present and stocking deck runs out, then the game will end. Everybody will trigger the final round, so everybody has an equal number of turns. And then you just simply add up the victory points. Some of them, once again, will be set collection, as is my train here. Whoever has the most points is the winner of the game.